Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have another episode of our Skyrim Redone series. This one focuses on the Mage perks and the changes that come along with it. In the last two episodes we focused on the Warrior perks and the Thief perks, and both of them came with a variety of changes to open up clear and distinct paths for your character to take in Skyrim. The Mage perks are no different, however unlike the other perk categories, the magical ones are more clearly affected by the addition of new spells. On top of that, the module also alters existing spells and even removes some spells entirely. Most existing spells have been rebalanced to change the damage, mana cost, casting time and AoE effect to make spells and magical paths more viable. So let's dive straight into the changes of the Destruction skill tree. The author wanted Destruction magic to be just as effective as melee weapons and archery. So on top of the new spell balancing, the Destruction tree comes with different buffs that either decrease the amount of magicka needed to cast or give you increased damage if you consecutively hit the same target. On top of that, there's 3 new apprentice level destruction spells focusing on close combat. The vanilla spells have also been rebalanced to increase the amount of spell combos you can make use of. For example, in the vanilla game you'll learn the Firebolt spell first, which deals a small amount of damage on a single target. However, later on you'll learn Fireball, which deals a lot more damage, it hits multiple targets and it also scales alongside the Augmented Flames perk, so you'll never need Firebolt again. However, with SkyRe the spells are more balanced so the two spells hit the same amount of damage. So you'll have to decide whether the extra mana burn for Fireball is worth it for the extra AoE damage. And finally, the author wanted to make clear mastery perks for fire, ice and lightning mages. So now you can bind your character's soul to one of the 3 paths, unlocking 3 extra perks for each category. The extra perks dramatically increase your element's damage, resistance and gives extra buffs that will let you explore for yourselves in game. However, keep in mind that binding your soul is optional, and once you do it, you're locked into that single element spells. So if you bind your soul to fire, you can't use frost or lightning magic. The Skyrim Redone illusion tree welcomes the addition of over 20 new illusion spells, on top of balancing the vanilla spells and removing some entirely. The new spells let you make use of a new puppet mechanic. So you can now use illusion magic to create lifeless puppets, called phantoms. They can't move or be damaged, so on their own they're quite useless and will only work as a distraction. However, as you invest in the new perks, you can combo summon phantoms with other illusion spells to do a variety of things. You can teleport yourself to a chosen phantom, you can channel a destruction spell through a phantom, or you could even use one as a mobile way to strike fear or to calm nearby enemies. It definitely takes a while to get used to, but it's undoubtedly more creative than the vanilla illusion spells that mostly focused on making targets flee or stop attacking. The other spells also allow you to do a variety of things, including charming a target into becoming your follower. You can also turn a target insane, or even make them commit suicide with new more powerful master spells. And overall, illusion magic is more unique and definitely worth taking a look at, even if it's a path you've previously explored in the vanilla game. The Conjuration tree wants to unlock more clear paths for necromancy and Daedra summoning. Necromancy in particular comes with several new spells and perks to vastly increase your options. There's new reanimation spells that will allow you to control the type of enemy you want to have, whether it be a decay spell that turns corpses into Draugr, or a spirit spell that turns them into ghosts. Conjuration now also comes with a harvesting feature, allowing you to loot hearts, bones and other things from corpses, which you can then use to conjure a skeleton army at any time. And of course there's an entire section in the Conjuration skill tree that focuses on improving your undead army throughout your playthrough. Daedra and Demora now also scale alongside your character, with a whole new perk branch that focuses on buffing them and making them a viable late game option. On top of that, there's several cool familiar spells, allowing you to control summon snow bears, mammoths, ice wolves and more. So overall, if Conjuration just wasn't offering enough in your vanilla playthrough, then we think it's definitely worth checking out with Skyrim Redone. Lots of options and a lot of fun. The Alteration tree is another one that comes with a bunch of interesting new options. The idea of Alteration magic is to manipulate reality in your favour, but the mod author felt the vanilla spells and perks didn't really do it justice. But now with Skyrim Redone, you can make use of a variety of new spells that increase your manoeuvrability, allowing you to push and pull targets, walk on water and even teleport. There's also new enhancing spells that let you improve your current weapon, either by sharpening it or adding an element for a short amount of time. On top of that, you can now make use of blood magic, allowing you to sacrifice your own or a follower's health in place of magicka when casting spells. You can also manipulate a new type of gear called Dreamcloth that you can craft at any forge. And once you have the necessary perks, you'll be able to negate a high percentage of incoming damage. So overall, the Alteration tree is an all-round positive tree. There's nothing hugely important that you absolutely need to pick up, but it makes for a fantastic partner alongside several of the other available skill trees. The Restoration tree in the vanilla game mostly focuses on healing, with a few spells revolved around the undead. Skyrim Redone wants to take Restoration down the path of holy magic, and in doing so it unlocks new auras, curses and plagues that you can use to your advantage. There's 20 new spells in total that are all pretty straightforward as long as you've played any RPG with a paladin or holy mage. So we'll let you discover the specifics for yourselves in game. However, the one spell that we would like to highlight is called Spirit Guide. This is a unique spell that lets you reanimate any animal-like creature that'll follow you around and help you in battle. And on top of that, you'll receive an additional passive buff depending on the type of spirit animal you choose. So for example, a spirit bear will give you increased regeneration when standing still, but a spirit cow will make giants and mammoths treat you as their ally. And of course, once you have the spells, you can invest in the new perks to buff your spirit animal, or make plagues spread faster, cures more potent, and auras more powerful. So the restoration tree is extremely unique, and we really like the additional features and paths that you can take, instead of it just purely focusing on healing and the undead. And finally, last but not least, we have the Enchanting tree. This time the main aim of the module is to make enchanting less overpowered. It's still not completely balanced, but to improve the system, the mod makes it so you need to invest more perks to unlock some of the buffs to enchanting. There's also several changes to certain enchantments, replacing them with different effects for balancing purposes. Generally though, the tree is still the same. There'll inevitably be balancing issues if you really push the system, but you'll still have to invest more perks to get to that point. And that's everything you need to know about the mage perks. The amount of options you have as a mage with Skyrim Redone is huge compared to the vanilla game, and we really like the unique features coming from the restoration and illusion skill trees, so we definitely recommend you try those out if you haven't already. The next episode will focus on the races module, so until then be sure to leave endorsements on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.